What is Kirby? We just don't know.
It's baffled scientists for decades.
What we do know is his unquenchable appetite is always getting him into trouble. Here in Kirby's epic yarn, an evil sorcerer known as Yin Yarn has shattered the world into segments, and it's up to Kirby to sew them back together. The intro is pretty confusing and over pretty quick, but I think that's what happened.
All that you really need to know is that Kirby has been turned into some sort of yarn thing and can no longer eat his enemies, because if he tries, they just pass through his yarny frame. He can, however, stop his enemies by yarning them, whomping them, or grabbing them and throwing them. He can also transform into things like a tank, dolphin, or spaceship.
I like the dolphin especially, Darren, but all those sections where Kirby transforms are pretty fun. I just wish there were more of them and more variety. You know, those enemies weren't very tough and the game isn't very challenging. And Kirby can't actually die, he just loses all of his gems when he gets hit.
Yes, those gems are scattered through all the levels. You'll want to collect as many as you can because you need them to buy furniture for your in-game house. Although none of the home customization looked anywhere near as good as my Darren cave.
You know, at first, Darren, I couldn't be bothered collecting all of these gems. It just seemed a bit pointless. But then something happened and I wanted every single gem I could find, and I got really stressed when I got hit and he pooed out all the gems and you had to rush and get all the ones you could before they disappeared. But then I just got a bit bored with that again towards the end, and I just wanted to rush through the game as fast as possible.
The game can be finished in about 6 hours and 32 minutes and 30 seconds, Barjo, but why rush yourself when you can slow down and enjoy the game's beautiful music?
I did enjoy the music, Darren, and you know, this is a good game for noobs as well because it's not too challenging. So if you've got a noob and you want to teach them how to play games, this might be a great place to start, especially as there's multiplayer. But Darren, I just wish they'd done a bit more with the yarn. It's such a good looking game, but they didn't do enough with it, I thought.
How could it be any more about yarn, Barjo? It all looks like yarn and some of the abilities and bosses use yarn. I think you're being too harsh on Kirby. He's a friendly blob who saves the world, and gaming is better with him around. I'm giving Epic Yarn 8 out of 10 rubber chickens.
I don't think I enjoyed it as much as you, Darren. I just didn't find a challenge here, so I had nothing to think about, and ultimately I just got bored. It is a beautiful looking game, but you know, I need tough games. Back in my day, you had none of these mid-level save points, and you couldn't have...
Just give the game a score.
I'm giving it 6.5 out of 10 rubber chickens.
That wasn't so hard, was it?